Hello guys, my name is Kaimana Kane, and today I'm going to be giving you a book review on Who Was Lucille Ball. So you may know this famous and funny actor. Her name's Lucille Ball, and she was born on August 6th, 1911. And you may know her shows, Here's Lucy, The Lucy Show, and many other shows, and they're all comedy shows. And maybe you know this famous actress. And well, I just watched one of her episodes, and let me tell you, it's kind of funny. And although it doesn't have me laughing on the floor, it did have people laughing on the floor and when she was starring for her own TV show, different movies, and just a lot of TV shows. So, her name was Lucille Ball. She was born on August 6th, 1911. In 1933, she moved to Hollywood. And you may see a big time gap of 22 years. When she was 22 years old, she moved to Hollywood. But she's actually like singing and dancing. And well, when she was young, she was like acting, and she was like, oh, and she was basically a drama queen. So that's why there wasn't a lot of stuff in her childhood. But 1933, she moves to Hollywood. 1940, she meets and marries Desi Arnaz. And no, she really likes Desi Arnaz because he's just basically full of adventure. And well, he's also just like, she just really liked him. So I'm gonna get into some more stuff later, but let's just get all the boring stuff out of the way. So in 1944, sadly, her grandpa dies, and here's the fun stuff. So in 1951, I Love Lucy premieres. And this was a very, very funny show. You can look it up on YouTube, you can look it up on Safari, and maybe you can just watch one video on Google or YouTube or Safari. And you'll just see how funny it is. The one I watched was when she was in the chocolate factory. There's different ones, and it's just all about comedy. It's like, yeah. So, yeah. So, little Ricky Ricardo is born. And the little kid, little Ricky Ricardo, actually is in some shows. I Love Lucy, Here's Lucy, The Lucy Show, and yeah. So there's all miscellaneous episodes about, like, maybe they're at home watching a movie and something scary happens, or it's just really funny. So I recommend after this book review, if you want to watch another one, that's okay. You could go turn on your TV, turn on your phone, iPad, or stuff like that. You could search up Here's Lucy, Here Comes Lucy, I Love Lucy, The Lucy Show, and just I recommend watching so you could understand a little bit more what I'm talking about in this book review. So in 1962, The Lucy Show premieres, and basically what The Lucy Show is, it's another version of the I Love Lucy, and well, she has 3 shows. Here's Lucy. Let me find it. Here's Lucy premieres, and if you want to know the exact dates, it's on the back in the timeline after the whole book. And yeah, so she appears on a lot of TV shows. You could get the exact dates, not the exact dates, but you could get the year, like maybe in 1986, Desi Arnaz dies. And also, I just recommend getting this show and reading it. Getting this book and reading it, because it's also really interesting, and I'm gonna have to give this a 10 out of 10 because it's full of stuff that I didn't know, and it also has a lot of stuff. And in the beginning, it says had a very dramatic entry. In the spring of 1952, cities across America experience a mysterious drop in the water pressure every week between 9:30 and 9:35 p.m. In New York City, it seemed impossible to get a taxi on a Monday night. All the cabbies were off duty, and in Chicago, a department store changed its business hours because it seemed like no one was shopping on Monday nights anymore. What's going on? And so the interesting thing is, I'll finish reading the page, if I can get to it. So it turned out that it was all related to a TV show, a half-hour comedy. On Monday nights, Americans from coast to coast rushed through their dinner, kids finished their homework as fast as they could. And by 9 o'clock, everyone gathered in front of their televisions and waited. In the 1950s, TVs took a while to warm up. Finally, a big heart appeared against a satin background. The theme song of I Love Lucy began, and America was watching. It turned out that the viewers across the country were all waiting for the show to be over before using the bathroom. That's why the water pressure dropped, and I think that was actually really interesting. I think on the next page, it shows a funny picture I don't really think it's funny, but there you could get a kind of idea of what she did on her TV shows. Oh, let me turn my notes around. So, yeah, so you got the idea. So, in 1960, Lucy and Desi appear on the comedy half hour. And, well, she's a really funny person. So, in 1961, she marries Gary Morton and also divorces Desi Arnaz. So, Here's Lucy premieres, and they're all basically the same shows, although the book was kind of boring. It included a lot of stuff that didn't include in the other books. So just for that, I have to give it a 10 out of 10, although it was kind of boring. So in 1974, she's a star actor in Maine. In 1986, Desi Arnaz dies, and in 1989, our wonderful, funny actress dies in Los Angeles, California. So she appeared on a bunch of other TV shows and movies, and she was a young girl to perform in New York. She was a young girl from New York who left to perform, a model and dancer who moved to Hollywood to become a movie star, and one of the most famous comedians of all time who starred in her own hit TV show. So yeah, that's Lucille Ball for you. I recommend searching her up. And this is one of the only times I say this, because I think this is not exactly important, but much more interesting than most other books. And I recommend you guys reading this. It's a really good read. And yeah, so I hope you like my book review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And Lucille Ball out of here.